Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I wanted to go over the model cabin project that I finished up, about a month ago or so. I think it's a good time to go back and take stock of what went well, what I could improve on, and what lessons I can take into other projects I'll be doing in the future. So my first takeaway from that model cabin was that the whole thing was pretty messy. At the time I was working on it, I was moving into a new house, I was starting a new job, other things are going on, and while I'm not trying to make those into excuses, I am saying that it was not as high up on the priority list as it probably could have been. What I can take away from it being as messy as it was is that to me, you have to have something in your life that you can just experiment with. There are no real consequences. There are very little, if any, stakes in it. Because when you're at work, you're expected to be on top of things. And even at home, if you have a spouse or kids, they're expecting things from you. You got to get things done. There's always something to do and all that. To me, if you have something where you can just be messy, that takes a whole lot of the edge off and it helps you relax. The second thing I can take away from my model cabin kind of follows off of that first being messy idea, and that is you have to be flexible with whatever it is you're doing. While the end goal to me is going to be the same no matter what, building or buying land and building a cabin on it, you have to be flexible with how you get where you're going. Even with this channel and the website, I've probably changed my mind, I don't know, about 1,000 times, and I've really only been working on it for a few months. And with the model cabin, I didn't really have a blueprint or a plan or a schedule. I knew I wanted to get it done by the end of the year 2021. That was pretty much it. So all that is to say, a lot of it was just making it up as I went. To me, that's beautiful. That's awesome. If you can just take a stab at something and you don't really know where it's going to go or how it's going to turn out, that's one of the beautiful things about life in general, but also a side project where there are no real consequences in it. The third thing I can take away from working on my model cabin is that no matter what goal you set for yourself, no matter what you think you want to do, what your dreams are, you have to start with the end in mind. You have to have a very clear picture of what the end goal looks like. Taking a step back from the model cabin and thinking about the actual cabin I want to build in the future, I'm not necessarily thinking about clearing the lands and laying the foundation and putting the logs down and building a roof and all those things that are important, obviously, when you're building a house. The picture in my mind that I think about when I'm thinking about this whole cabin project is me sitting on my front porch, playing guitar as the sun goes down, sleeping under the stars, being inside when it's -10 out and snowing and there's a blizzard, and I'm safe and comfortable and warm, sitting by my fire reading. It's also exploring the lands and walking around and hunting game and fishing and being in the great outdoors. So I think beginning with the end in mind, that's a lesson we can all take, but especially young people. I mean, finishing up high school, going off to college, or going off to their careers, or anyone starting out in a new position or trying to make a change in their lives. If you don't have a very clear picture of what it is you're trying to go for, then I would suggest you take a minute, pause, and think about why it is you're about to do what you're about to do. Just thinking back to when I was finishing up high school, getting ready for college, I didn't really know what college was. I just knew that was the next step that people were telling me I needed to take. And I made it through college, I graduated on time, all that, great, perfect. But within 6 months, I was broke and I had to move in with a family member. And then after grad school, once I finished that up, again, I finished on time, I got good grades, all that stuff. But within 2 months after finishing up that program, I was broke again and living with a family member. Why did I go broke 2 times within a span of about 3 years? Well, because I didn't begin with the end in mind. I didn't have a very clear picture of what it was I wanted after after college and then after grad school. I'm not saying don't go for that new opportunity or don't go to college or any of that. I am saying that if you do those things, have a very clear picture of what it is you want out of them, where it is you want your life to go if you did take the opportunity you're thinking about taking. The last thing I'll say about this model cabin project is that if you're starting with the end in mind and you have a goal, that's great, but also know that it's not necessarily all about reaching that goal. You know, if all I wanted to do was buy land and build a cabin and live on it for a couple years, then that's what I would do. And I wouldn't tell anybody about it. I certainly wouldn't start a YouTube channel and a website. You know, it would just be a very personal thing that I would go off and do on my own. But again, it's not necessarily all about that one goal. Instead of always focusing in on the goal and becoming obsessed with it, it'll be much more beneficial to you if you focus in on your own growth and have the discipline and commitment to set a goal and to work toward it every single day. Not because that thing would be the one thing that would make you fulfilled and all that. I mean, it could, that's a possibility. But at the end of the day, what if it's not? And what if you committed yourself for a long time to this one goal and you reached your goal and you're still unfulfilled? So by all means, set a goal. You know, work toward it every day, but know that it's more about the growth that you're going to experience on your way to that goal. It's more about the person that you're becoming as you work toward that end that you have set in your mind. Because if you can commit to a goal and have the discipline to chase after it every day, I mean, those two things are going to get you through all the failures that you're going to experience on your way to that one goal. You know, some days you're going to wake up and you're going to fail and you're going to fail and you're going to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. And that's what it seems like a lot of days are for me. You know, every mistake I make at work, every mistake I make in my life, every failure, every letdown, all of it just makes me want this cabin even more. Again, this channel isn't all about me just getting my cabin. It's more about helping you guys work toward your goals and achieve your dreams, whatever they may be, so that you can go off and do your best work. So thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to like and subscribe if you think I've earned it. Leave me a comment below telling me where I can improve or some other videos you might want to see in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you in the future. Bye.